I'll start with a tough question because when I've seen the movie, from my point of view, I was thinking it was kind of a short movie, which you didn't have like funds, and then you blown it to a big one. But then we had a chat outside, and then you kind of explained me the whole situation. If you wanna expand on that.
Actually, because I graduated with this film, and at the beginning I knew the script. I didn't write the first draft of the script. It was the Bruno Haig, the scriptwriter from the school, wrote it, and I didn't know how long it will be, because it was like I said, like it's around 50 minutes, and so also we get the foundings for a short movie, and I'm usually like I'm a lot of working with actors, and I was rewriting the script while I was working with them. So at the end it was like I said that it could be around 50 minutes or till 70 minutes. But I wasn't sure, for example, I didn't want to get the money for the regular feature, because at the end, for example, if it won't be working, I didn't like the moment when you have like a feature, but the better it will be if it will be short. So I had like totally free hands, so I had also a deal with my producer. For example, if I would like to make a short movie, it could be 50 minutes long. Okay. So it's not the case that I put like a short movie to this 65 minutes.
Okay, and just one more question from my point of view, and then I'll open it to the audience. I was a bit puzzled with the ending. It was kind of, was that intentional to leave it like open-ended, or just I ask you the question, what was kind of a message, or if you can take out one message from the movie, what's the point?
Like, I had the idea to portray kind of like three society levels. One is like society of adults, which is represented by the David character, and one is the society of children, and then it's the level in between, which is society of adults which don't want to grow up yet, or they are growing up to the oldness, which is represented by a Stepan character. So, and the other thing that I was that for me it was important was to portray the love relationships that are driven by power games. So for me, this whole situation that the kids are actually present in the situation, which is, after our like moral views, it's not appropriate. This makes kind of tension that we can like watch all the power game situations in between this love triangle.
Okay. Audience. I have more questions, but I don't want to grill him all night long, so I'll ask you, this was your graduation movie, yeah?
Yeah.
How did the professor react?
They were like, we had two reactions. One was before we were accepted to Berlinale, they were like, they didn't know how to react. They were like, And after Berlinale was, oh, a big success for us. It was like for the first time, so this kind of. But like mainly like in the Czech Republic, because it was distributed also there, it was like very well accepted. All the critics were like, satisfied with it, which I was quite
pleased. Yeah.
Pleased, yeah.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
And Slovakia, was it well received? Like, is it?
No, it's not Slovakia. It's like it's Czech Republic. It's from Czech Republic, and I'm from Slovenia.
Oh, Slovenia.
And it's like Czech-Slovenian co-production.
Right.
Well done. First of all, it's a great film. You created a really nice atmosphere in the house between everyone. How long did it take you to actually shoot all those kind of scenes between everyone? So you seem to hold that atmosphere for the whole thing.
You mean like the whole shooting?
Inside the apartment.
Like I think that we had like 25 days, like for everything. But actually, the whole flat, I don't know if you realize, but it's shot in a studio. It's not a real apartment. Because like these apartments, which are these are like these suburban blocks, they're really small, so it would be impossible to shoot the film, which is the whole film is happening, like 70% of the film is happening in the flat. But like I can't say exactly, because we had the problem that the actors didn't have a lot of time, because they were playing at the same time they were playing in the theater, and they were rehearsing and everything. So we were shooting all the time at night, like at, I don't know, from midnight till the morning, and then they went to the theater to work. So sometimes we were shooting like only for 5 hours, and sometimes like for 10 hours. It was punk. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. But my question is, the scenery with the child in the end. It's what is your message? It's about child abusing, that women are also doing that stuff, or what was your main reason for doing that? Because I think I'm not the only one which are not sure about your message. Maybe you can try to explain a bit what was your intention. Maybe you have another view or point of view.
As I said at the beginning, I was mostly thinking about it's in a way like, if you want to I have a translator
To decide.
for a tough question.
To decide.
No, if you want to like say if it's like you say, like it's a genre of the film, it's a coming of age story, for example.
Okay.
And I had at the beginning I had a lot of problems, like for example with this kind of genre. For example, also the first draft of the script was written a lot of from a point of view of the kids, and I didn't like that, because I had the feeling that, for example, if in this first draft of the script, if something wasn't concrete or it wasn't shown, it was like then we put a scene when this is like scene from the point of view of the child. So for me it was important, like for me everyone are so not sympathetic in this film, so I put this distant barrier, no, that you don't have a main character in this movie. I think like you're watching in a way like all of them are representing some kind of society level and etc. And for me it was, as I said at the beginning, for me it was like important at the end not to see this initiation thema of the kids, because I don't think that's something that's changing in their life. I think that like the adults are really arrogant all the time, but the children, they are accepting everything. They don't have problem with nothing. And also at the end, I don't know if they change really. I was like, for me it was the only thing was if the most important was this Stepan. This is like this, as I said before, it was this adult who don't know if he should go to the he should go to the level to the adultness, or he should step back to the childhood. So it was in a way for me it was a portrait of this kind of society which don't want to grow up. It was for me important to show this, because I think that we can see this everywhere. You know, it's like.
Yeah, Bill.
I think this may tie into that. We open with his name's Stepan.
Yeah.
The fire in the house.
Yeah.
We open with that, and later we see one of the boys start a fire, and we cut back to the house. But it's obviously not the boy that started the fire, because we know that Stepan started the fire.
Yeah.
So is that to show us that he is the boy, that he is a boy still?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also I had a.
And does that actually tie into also the boy making love with the woman or her making love with
This
him?
is like this is the dream. This is a dream
His dream.
sequence, which I like. My purpose was to shoot it really realistic, because they are all the time crossing the borders, and in one moment for me was important that this for me is the last border. You can't go further, and it's happening inside of his mind. It's like he's scared of this kind of that something could happen, like really dangerous. And also when I was typecasting the kids and first I had the adult characters, I had the adult actors, and then when I was typecasting the children, I was looking for a similarity between them, because the adults have their own alter egos for me in the children, and opposite. So like for me it was important that the first half of the film it's like realistic, and then everything starts like going away.
I was a bit confused as well with the whole message. I asked him before the movie, and he simply explained that the kids were like adults and adults were almost like kids, like a reverse situation.
We can think how they would be, like I was thinking how they would be functioning in when they would be older, or because they have these representatives.
Yes, the back.
The children in the film are obviously in a situation that children don't normally find themselves, but equally the children as actors, not many children get to experience, being on a film set. And that. You said that the characters are unchanged, but were the actors unchanged by having been in a film, and quite an extreme film at that?
So what was the question?
The question is that did the kids, what was exactly?
Exactly.
I just wondered if there was any parallel. You said the characters of the children you felt were unaffected by what had happened to them. I was wondering if the actors who have been in a film, which is something else that children don't normally experience, were they unaffected by being in a film? Or
No. It's like, it's funny, they when we were shooting, they were already 15. It was like I was casting them that they should look younger, and it was funny when I was editing and I called them like half a year later because I need some sound posting runs. They came and they were like a hat bigger and they had really low voices, so it was impossible to do the sound something with them. So it was their last winter, I think, like kids. But like I was working also with them quite not psychological or like really like with the puppets. They had do this, do that. Like
They had to be directed, yeah.
Yeah, directed, but without any, not the same work as with the adult characters, because I didn't want them. At the beginning, I didn't want that I didn't want them to have some kind of psychology. For me,
psychological effect.
Yeah, psychological effect. For me, they were only themselves. Like, in this situation, because I could imagine that, for example, this situation could be happening also without them, and it would be totally banal. Like, because when I was doing improvisations before, like it was really interesting what was happening when only they were sitting there, or if you do the same situation without them. So their presence were really making some kind of tension, which was interesting for me.
Anybody else? Just to warn you, Czech Republic and Slovenia is not so bleak like you portrayed it. I mean, these are nice countries. From my point of view, where did you pick up the exteriors? Those where was it shot?
It was shot in at the end in I don't know, 4 or 5 different cities, and it was because this year in Czech Republic was really not a lot snowing. So, for example, we were shooting one day, in one place, and next day there was no snow, so we were looking for. It was horrible.
Horrible for
I don't
continuity.
want to shoot in winter anymore. Yeah, yeah, but it's also it's like you said that it's not so bleak. It's based actually on a true story, so everything.
Okay. Finally, what's next for you? I mean, what's the next project? Which way you're?
I'm preparing. I had the script, and now I finished the script like half a month ago,
Okay.
and I hope that we start shooting next October. And this is it.
Who knows?
Also in
maybe-
Czech Republic.
Okay.
It's based. The story it's happening in Czech Republic.
So we might see you next year on Rain Net, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe like.
Wishing good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.